right. Hopefully I am live. This is a weird setup. Yes, I know my face is very magnified on the video. You can see that the microphone is right in front of me. Yeah, this is an extreme weird setting. Renovations are taken over at my place, so it's a little bit of a pain in the ass right now. So I don't have a desk to put the camera on or a microphone on. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. It's very weird, but hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully everything is working out, and I apologize. Hopefully I can get my desk so I can use my so I can get on a regular setting where I can actually sit down. But right now I'm resting on a bed with the camera and the microphone, and it's very, very weird, very weird. So again, my name is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com, and make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, quick reminder, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I have the St. Jude's donation thing. Please, if you like my work, feel free to leave a donation. If you don't like my work, feel free to leave a donation. If you hate my guts, feel free to leave a donation. Just feel free to leave a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. They do a wonderful job, and yeah, hopefully everything is working correctly. Let me check. Hopefully everything is working correctly. Yeah, it's going to be one of those weeks. I do apologize. So we are in week 4 IHSA football. It's going to be a good week, and I can't wait for some of the big time games as we set up for week 4. I'm just checking on a few things, making sure the sound and video is okay. I'm getting a few warning signs that the video is not okay, but screw it, might as well do it. All right, so let's get into week 4 IHSA football. If you haven't seen it, my polls are out for DeepDishFootball.com, the DeepDishFootball.com polls. They are currently on DeepDishFootball.com with my games of the week. Make sure you check it out. The polls are out from 1A to 8A, and I've gotten numerous questions about, well, you know what? I don't like this poll ranking, and I don't like that. Well, guess what? Polls don't mean crap, and I've said it numerous times. You got to play the game, and when we get into the playoffs, most of the media polls and my polls don't matter. Most polls don't even matter. So, just a quick reminder again, it's for fun. And again, the polls are again done as more of a clickbait thing. Not gonna lie to you, most of these polls, they generate ad revenue, they generate subscriptions. That's why media love them. It's big money. It's huge money. The first 3 things that I found out when I was covering high school football when I started in 2016 as Publisher 6 was 1, negative press is always big money. Always big money. If you're negative about a college coach or a high school coach in an article, you'll make big money. And I don't do that crap. 2, rankings, polls, stars, they're big money. Big money. Big money. So any type of criticism or any type of evaluating of a player and giving it a player height, ranking a player higher, or giving an extra star, that's big money for recruiting. So just a quick reminder, all this is just literally clickbait. That's all it is. Media is usually clickbait, get you to subscribe and the whole shebang. So please understand that. All right. And again, if you are joining me, I'm currently broadcasting from my bed, my desk. I cannot use my desk. Renovations. It is not fun. It is not good. And it's a pain in the butt. No doubt about it. And it's weird, too. It's very, very weird. So we talked about the Deep Dish Football polls. They're out on DeepDishFootball.com. Again, more games have been canceled for COVID protocol. Glenbard South is looking for a game. Champaign Central, Marion Central, Catholic is looking for a game as well. Glenbard South, they canceled Fenton due to COVID protocol. And more games are getting canceled. I just saw 2 more games get canceled in small school-wise and everything. It sucks. It really does suck, and I think it's going to happen more and more. And I said this the past 3 weeks. It's going to happen more and more. But we can't do anything about it. Just, again, get vaccinated, wash your hands, and social distance. And I say that in all seriousness. Quick reminder, again, 3 recruiting seminars and sessions. They're coming back at November. I'm going to be doing free recruiting seminars and sessions. Absolutely free, no charge, no nothing. Absolutely free. And again, reminder to you parents and your kid and the kids that are watching. Recruiting is absolutely free. Do not spend $1. Pay for recruiting services are a scam. Do not pay any money towards pay for recruiting services. They are an absolute scam. And I say that numerous times. Everyone that has seen me in the past years, I keep telling you, pay for recruiting services are a scam. NCSA, scam. What was that? There's a jackass. He's got his recruiting service, pay for recruiting services too. He's a scam. NUIC, scam. Next Gen, scam. That's a big scam, Next Gen. It's just a way to make money. Pay for recruiting services have always been in basically taking money from hardworking families and screwing them over. Do not pay for recruiting services. I keep telling you that. Keep telling you guys that right now. All right, so let's get to the deepest football games of the week 4. We have Loyola taking on Brother Rice in a big game at Brother Rice. And again, I see this game as even. If this game was played at Loyola Academy, I'd give the slight advantage to Loyola Academy. But this game against Brother Rice, they got the speed. Going against that Loyola Academy, great defense and great offensive line. The Loyola Academy has smashed St. Rita. They've smashed Rochester. They're looking like beasts. They're my number 1 team in the 7A poll, and I believe they're trying to move up to 8A if I'm not mistaken. So again, Loyola, they're looking dominant, but do not sleep on this Brother Rice with Lausch at quarterback. Good set of wide receivers and a good defensive line. Solid, one of the best defensive lines in the state of Illinois. And Brother Rice taking on Jake Sterney of Loyola Academy. Definitely a game to watch. I might watch that game and I might do a live stream. So we'll see what happens. I'll be able to let you guys know. Marist versus Mount Carmel. Both teams undefeated. Dontrell Jackson of Marist. He's having a hell of a season against the Mount Carmel Caravan. And their offense, and again, that big run game offense, good offensive line, solid offensive line, and playing solid defense. 2 undefeated Southside teams going against each other. Big game. Definitely this Loyola Brother Rice game, the Marist Mount Carmel game, you can't really have a favorite. You can't really say, yeah, you know what, that team's they're the favorites. These are 2 evenly based squads, and where they're weak at is where the other team is strong at, and where the other team is weak at, the other team is strong at. So it's going to be a great game. Those are 2 great games. Next game, the Battle of the Rising Stars in the Western Suburban Conference is Downers Grove North takes on York High School. Coach Fitzgerald has got his York Dukes going 3-0 as DGN Harini. Coach Harini's got his team going 3-0 as well. So we will see how. Yeah, that's called me getting old. DGN versus York. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Again, not the great situation of being filming at. DGN versus York. Again, 2 3-0 teams. Coach Ringy's got these York Trojans playing football. DGN Trojans, I'm sorry. DGN, again, good attack as well, passing attack, and a good solid defense. Behind a good solid group of secondary. York High School, awesome offense, good passing attack with Fitzgerald's air raid offense going against DGN's secondary. Definitely a matchup to watch. Next game. And if you guys have any comments, feel free to leave some comments in the filming in that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Bishop Mack versus Wheaton Academy. Bishop Mack, this is the big time. They got to win this game. This is a definite win. Coach Yanni needs this win against very tough Wheaton Academy team with Dorn at quarterback, and just an overall beast, a group of wide receivers. Casper, I'm forgetting the other wide receiver that they got, but Wheaton Academy versus Bishop Mack is a big game, and Bishop Mack needs this win. That 2-headed beast running back's got to get heat up now. And Bishop Mack, I saw a lot of mental mistakes in that game on that game film, especially on defense. So definitely a game to watch. Springfield versus Sacred Heart Griffin. I have Springfield as one of my ranked teams. Coach Gully's doing a wonderful job with the Springfield Senators. He's my nominee for Coach of the Year in the state of Illinois. Definitely a guy that you want to watch. Sacred Heart Griffin had a tough loss against Rochester. But Sacred Heart Griffin, they've got a nice little youth movement. Very impressive. Very impressive with their juniors and with their sophomores and what they're able to offer. Sacred Heart Griffin's looking really good for these coming years. I'm telling you that right now. But this is Springfield's year. This is Springfield's year. Rashad Rochelle, deep at wide receiver spot. Underrated offensive line of Springfield, the Springfield Senators, but they will be taking on Sacred Heart Griffin. Next, Woodstock versus Morris. Morris is undefeated. Woodstock, this is a big proving grounds game for Woodstock as they take on the Morris Redskins, and the Morris Redskins, they're undefeated. They're looking great. Jorge Loza, he's a hell of a player. Great offensive line. Redinger, Redinger is another one of their top players. And for Morris, Mickle, good solid offensive line. Big game. This is a big proving ground game for Woodstock. Can they play with the big dogs? Next, Genoa Kingston versus Bryan in an hog heaven game. It's a hog heaven game. It's a battle of two great offensive lines. Definitely Genoa Kingston, they're unbelievable. That offensive line play, they're playing their butts off. I saw some of the game film from Genoa Kingston last week. As a lineman coach, you dream of that type of line play. You really do dream of that type of line play. But it's going to be a good game. Next, Taylorville. Taylorville lost through last week as they take on Mount Zion. Hopefully, again, some of these games are probably going to be canceled. I'm not going to lie to you. It happened to me last week. Last week, I had 3 games get canceled on me. It was a pain in the ass. It literally was a pain in the ass. Taylorville takes on Mount Zion. Mount Zion lost a tough game to Mahmoud Seymour. Taylorville lost their other game. I think it was to Mattoon, if I'm not mistaken. Taylorville is now 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, and Mount Zion is 2-1. This is a big game in the Apollo Conference. Again, Taylorville's got good pass contact, good athletic quarterback against Mount Zion, high-flying offense too. So it should be a big game. Next, Fairfield comes off of a tough loss to Johnson City against Flora. Florida's undefeated in the Black Diamond Conference. They're a new team that joined. I'm telling you this right now. The best thing for you as a high school football team is to enter the playoffs with a 1 loss. If you enter the playoffs with a 1 loss, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I've seen a lot of undefeated teams get smoked in week 1, the first round or second round. I want that number 1. I want 1 loss in my season, so I can get the kids built up after a loss and work with them on the mistakes. I think that's a key for having a 1 loss in the season. I think that's a really good positive thing, having 1 loss on the record going into the IHSA playoffs. No doubt about that. Yeah, but Fairfield, they look good. I think that Johnson City exploited some of the spots that Fairfield need to work on, and I think Florida's a great team as well, moving to the Black Diamond Conference. I think it's a game to watch. Bennett versus St. Rita. St. Rita is 1-2, but they lost to Mount Carmel, and they lost to Lyle Academy, 2 of the top teams in the state of Illinois. So St. Rita, this is a sort of a must-win game for them. They got to beat Bennett Academy, and Bennett Academy, big game against St. Rita with the underrated passing attack and a good stack of linebackers too in Bennett Academy, and a nice little tight end as well for Bennett Academy too. Next game, Glenwood versus McCarthy. McCarthy had to, if I'm not mistaken, McCarthy had to forfeit 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. They're going against Glenwood. McCarthy needs this game. They need the W against a tough Glenwood team. Interesting fact, too, with MacArthur as well. I'm telling you this right now, MacArthur, they are stacked with good junior and sophomore talent. From the film that I saw in the spring, the Cater MacArthur is a team on the rise. No doubt about that. Phillips versus Taft. Phillips needs a win against the tough Taft team, and there'll be an interesting game in Chicago Public School. I think Phillips has got a great shot at this win. Tyler Turner is a stud quarterback for Phillips High School, no doubt about that. St. Charles North versus Warrenville South. Wheaton Warrenville South had a. Hopefully, I got this game right. No, I did not. I don't think I got the game right. Yeah, I think I messed up on this game. Yeah, I did. Equal Valley, because Wheaton Warrenville South actually won that game. It's killing me. I think it's Wheaton North. It's playing St. Charles North Fast. I'll talk about it next week or tomorrow. I'll talk about it tomorrow on DuPage Run Shoot. Make sure you check out DuPage Run and Shoot with my co-host Patrick Cotto tomorrow night. And hopefully I'm not on my bed broadcasting because I have no desk. Thank you so much. But this is a lot of fun. My arm is going numb. So, Nequa Valley versus Naperville North High School. Nequa Valley's 3-0. Naperville North needs to, again, their defense needs to stop against a strong Nequa Valley offense and a very high passing attack of those Nequa Valley Wildcats. Naperville North, again, Aiden Gray's got to catch on fire. Jacobs versus Prairie Ridge. Prairie Ridge undefeated. Jacobs has one loss. Again, the Jacobs team features a good amount of talent on the line and at tight end and running back, as well as they field a free-headed beast. With Lundum, Lundum had 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, last week. Definitely an interesting game. Nasir's another player to keep an eye out for Jacobs. But they take on Prairie Ridge, and Prairie Ridge is looking unbelievable. They're looking unbelievable this season. Next week they play Cary Grove. So big test for Jacobs. And we'll see what happens. Peatone versus Wilmo. Battle of undefeateds. Wilmington takes on Peatone. And again, Wilmington looks like a stud team. Peatone looks great. Coach Tully, big shout to Coach Tully. He's done wonders for that team. And Peatone, they look ready to play. They're definitely going to be a playoff team and definitely a scary team when we get into 3A. Next game, the battle of another unbeatens. Richmond Burton versus Plano. Congratulations to Plano. They deserved it. They've been a team that's been building ever since Kuntz left. Richmond Burton looks unbelievable. Again, a little bit questions at the offensive line seem to have been answered. And a great game. It'll be interesting to see how Plano's defensive line handles that Richmond Burton offensive line. Next, 1-2 Arcola needs a big win over a tough game against Cumberland, 3-0. I've been hearing rumors about this game. Hopefully this game is going to be played. Arcola needs this win against a tough Cumberland team. Next, KC Westfield versus Mount Carmel. KC Westfield 2-1. Like I said, I was very impressed with their 7-on-7, taking on a tough Mount Carmel Golden Aces team. Young team. Blaine Sisson is a wide receiver athlete that you need to check out from Mount Carmel. Next game, Washington versus Dunlap. Washington is looking good again this year, so is Dunlap. This is going to be a huge battle in Central Illinois. Keep an eye out for the Dunlap Eagles and their athletic offensive line and linebackers too. Zion Benton versus Lake Forest. Zion Benton is undefeated. The Fighting ZBs are undefeated, taking on a tough Lake Forest team. Again, Lake Forest, they had a tough loss last week. Zion Benton 3-0. This is going to be a big game in the North Suburban Conference. Again, for Zion Benton, tremendous running attack. Going against a tough Lake Forest defense. Lake Forest has a great running attack in J. Harry Scott. This is a battle of running backs. Zion Benton versus Lake Forest. Next, Warren Township. Only one loss. Warren Township taking on a Lake Zurich team. Again, Lake Zurich had a tough loss. 2 tough losses, if I'm not mistaken. And they take on a tough Warren Township team. The Blue Devils. Again, Coach McNulty's got that team ready. They had a tough loss to Maine South this season. But Warren Township is ready to play. Again, Aiden Luciaro, Jalen Duffy. They're just, that team is going to be special in the playoffs. No doubt about it. Marmion versus Cuyahoga. Cuyahoga's 0-3. Marmion's undefeated. Cuyahoga, you got to do something. This is the last week. You got to prove something. You need this. This is a big game against you, going against a tough team in Marion. Cuyahoga lost to Homewood Flossmoor, team in Kentucky, and I forgot the third team that they lost to. Next, Massac County versus Murfreesboro. 2 undefeated teams. going head-to-head against each other. Murfreesboro, again, strong running attack as well. Lockport versus Homewood Flossmoor. Lockport undefeated. Homewood Flossmoor undefeated. No one really talked about Homewood Flossmoor that much. They thought they were going to take a step down, but they did not. Homewood Flossmoor looks really, really good for the upcoming season. So Homewood Flossmoor will be definitely a team to watch when they get into the playoffs. Next game, Edwardsville versus O'Fallon. Edwardsville looking good, especially with their defense. They had a few hiccups in the beginning of the season, and they will take on the O'Fallon, who's undefeated. And O'Fallon, again, another good team. Rock Island versus Moline, big rivalry game. Both teams have one loss, if I'm not mistaken. Moline looks great this season. Definitely a team to check out. Alex Bailey of Moline. Rock Island, Eli Reese is definitely another quarterback to watch out as well. Definitely two teams you got to watch. This is fun. Maine South versus Palatine, big game. Palatine, they gotta do something against Maine South. Maine South is just too much. Good, solid secondary athletic play, especially with the wide receivers. Rowan O'Keefe is a beast at quarterback for Maine South. Vernon Hills is undefeated. Big shout to Coach Bill Belcamo going against a tough Hoffman Estates team. Aiden Creer, quarterback. Keep an eye out for him. Aiden Creer, definitely a name you want to watch from Hoffman Estates. In the last game, New Trier versus Conant as a New Trier team coming off of a tough loss last week, going against a very tough Conant team that's 2-1, and I believe New Trier is 2-1 too. This is going to be a big game in the Northern Burbs. Nevin Kremskill, Miles Kremskill, underrated defensive line, young defensive line for New Trier coming in coming years. Definitely a team to watch. But the big thing will be when Nevin Kremskill graduates, who will be the next quarterback for New Trier. And that is it for the games of the week. My elbow is killing me right now. But this has been a pretty awkward webcast. Very awkward. So, do you guys have any questions? And again, I'm sorry about this. Hopefully everything gets taken care of by next week. Hopefully. And I couldn't do a deep dish football game of the week because of everything. This is the first time I could film today. So it's been an absolute pain in the butt. No doubt about that. Any questions? Go ahead and ask some questions. And again, DuPage Run Shoot is tomorrow at 8 p.m. with my co-host Patrick Cotto, and I will be in a more comfortable spot than I am right now. It's a pain in the butt right now. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And again, I am really sorry about this. I do apologize. It's been a pain in the ass getting my place reworked and everything. Almost had a few scares, but hopefully everything works next week. Again, I do apologize for everything else. But thank you guys so much for joining Deep Dish Football Live. Hopefully you guys could hear me and the video is not all screwed up. Thank you guys so much and have a lovely, lovely night. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow DuPage Run and Shoot on Facebook and Twitter. DuPage Run and Shoot tomorrow at 8 p.m. with my co-host, The Brain, Patrick Cotto. He does a wonderful job. Great guy. And again, please, recruits, parents, coaches, make sure I have your information after the game. I need to know big stats. If there's like 5, 6, 7 touchdowns, and that you can nominate a player for the Deep Dish Football Player of the Night Friday night in the state of Illinois, please let me know. DM me, message me. My email again is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining tonight. Again, I'm so sorry about this and all this whole thing. I'm really angry that I'm not having a Deep Dish Football game of the week. But I might announce something tomorrow, do something special. Look for a game to do live reaction to. That should be fun, but I'll let you guys know. But again, tomorrow, DuPage Run Shoot, breakfast with Coach Big Pete, 9 a.m. Saturday. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. See you guys for the next Deep Dish Football Live tomorrow. Next week, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Hopefully on my desk and not killing my elbow. Thank you guys so much. Be safe and have a good night. And again, if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip via St. Jude's Children's Hospital, as this month, September, is Children's Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you guys so much and have a lovely night. Let's get ready to watch some football. Everyone be safe. And again, wash your hands. Please get vaccinated and have a lovely, lovely night.